Charlie, handling the Metro Richmond Aries net for Thursday, November 28, 2024. My name is TJ. I'm tonight's net control operator. Once again, my call sign is N1ENC. If at any point during this net you need to relay emergency traffic, please use the word break. I'll hold the air for your traffic and we'll assist in any way that we can. Metro Richmond Aries is part of the Amateur Radio Relay League and the Virginia Section Amateur Radio Emergency Service Program. And this net meets weekly on Thursdays at 1900 hours on the KG4 MRA 145430 repeater. This net's focus is training and announcements for the amateur radio community with a spotlight on emergency communications. All participants are asked to follow standard net procedures that would be utilized during an active emergency net. There's no need to be an Aries member to participate, and all properly licensed operators who are within range of this repeater, regardless of location or affiliation, are invited and encouraged to participate in this net.
Is there an improper license? I wonder.
This is N1ENC handling the Metro Richmond Aries net. This net is directed, which means all stations must be acknowledged by net control prior to proceeding with comments or discussion. Part of this net is the discussion of the day, which is intended to be a way to learn more about amateur radio, emergency preparedness, and general safety. Tonight's topic is, who or what is your go-to online source of radio-related information and why? So an example of this could be a repeater book, radio reference, etc., or any YouTube channels or social media outlets you follow. I'll go ahead and proceed with check-ins. Check-ins will be called obtuberts, and I'll begin by calling for mobile and portable stations, followed by all other stations. When you check into the net, please advise of your call sign phonetically, followed by your first name, and I'll ask for your location in the signal report when you're called on for comments. If you're an Aries, Skywarn, or other emergency communications official, please identify when you check in. When checking in, I strongly encourage you to use the this is method, where you key up, say this is, and unkey, allowing the repeater to drop. After hearing the squelch tail, you may key up again, say your call sign, name, and location. This allows you to hear somebody else is transmitting with you simultaneously, and this method reduces the likelihood of doubling with other stations. I'll now accept check-ins from mobile and portable stations. If you're mobile or portable, call now, beginning with your call sign phonetically, followed by your first name.
There's nobody here. Kind of figured. Oh, wait a minute.
Kilo Oscar 4, Charlie Papa Echo, John. Kilo Golf 4, United Sierra Kilo, Luther, Spencer, Skywarn member, none of their affiliations.
How you doing, Mr. Luthor? Bet he's worried if it's going to be all new guys tonight.
CPE John, KG4 USK Luther, Skywarn official. Any other mobile or portable stations, please call now. This is N1ENC handling the Metro Richmond Aries net. I'll now accept check-ins from any remaining stations. If you wish to check into the net, please call now. I need your call sign phonetically, followed by your first name. General check-ins, please call now.
Net control, this is. William, Kilo 4, Alpha, Romeo, X-ray. What's with the gas over here?
This is
Randy.
Kilo Oscar 4, Kilo Alpha Delta. Name is Randy. channels direct K4ARX, KO4KAD, KQ4MEF. Any other general check-ins for the Metro Richmond Aries net? This is N1ENC net control. Please call now. With nothing heard, we'll go ahead and start with comments. When you're called on for comments, please advise your location, provide a received signal report, and of course your comments start at the top of the list. And I noticed on the spreadsheet I have, I may have incorrectly recorded your call sign, John, KO4CPE. I put a V in there somewhere by accident. So please confirm if that's your call sign or not. If not, I will correct it. Go ahead, John.
Hello to everyone on the net this evening. This is Kilo Officer 4, Charlie Papa Echo, John, in Short Bluff area. Fairly new to the MRA game. Picked up my license a few years ago and just didn't have time to get into it. Now that I'm retired, I'm trying to take some more time and get back into it. Relearn all the stuff I've already forgotten. Repeater book has become my friend as I've been trying to figure out all the codes and so on. You got program the radio. But glad to be able to join the net tonight and thanks for the opportunity. KO4CP, back to the net.
Thank you, John. Yeah, welcome back to the hobby. Repeater book is a fantastic resource, especially for the ham radio focused everything. It's very good for all the repeaters, and I've got you down on the log correctly, so I appreciate that. All right, moving on next to Kilo Golf 4 Uniform Sierra King. Go ahead.
This is KC4USK Mobile in Chester, and signal report. Figures full quieting, so my antenna's probably not great, so quarter wave. Give me a reversal, just installed the seat in my truck.
That's all I
First
use.
terrestrial contact other than the satellite with it, so good to hear you guys and check in, and no further. KC4USK.
All right, yeah, glad to hear it's working good, and you're sounding good into the repeater. Just a slight bit of white noise, but nothing serious. So sounding good. We will move on next to William, K4ARX. What are your favorite internet resources for radio-related things? Go ahead, William.
Well, good evening to everybody on the net and net control. It's good to hear you guys on here tonight. Welcome, John, to the Metro Richmond Aries net and the Metropolitan Repeater Association here. And all you guys sound good thus far. Don't have had any issues. John could speak up a little bit or choke up on the mic somewhat. It'd be perfect. Let me grab this thing over here and go ahead and turn it off because I'm interfering on myself just a little bit on a different band. Let's see here. Favorite. I actually have several things. First and foremost, I go to YouTube. And if I need any more reference, I'll go to Google. And sometimes radio reference. Sometimes I'll reference some of the local guys here. Phil, KF4ZTO. Bob, W4RTH. Randy, he's helpful over there. He'll be up here shortly. And a bunch of other guys, too. Just talking to the guys here on the repeater and some of the other frequencies just as well. That's enough to help me out. And pretty much helping each other is what we do. And we get to talk to each other every day. Probably not the same people every day, just once in a while. And that's enough just to keep in touch and learning things from other people. You hear a lot of POTA stuff, a lot of SOTA stuff, and lots of HF radio things that you can hear during the conversations on the repeaters as well. So if you listen long enough, you'll learn just about as much as you can find on the internet any day anyways. And don't forget all the periodicals that are still out there that you can still pick up for use. Don't forget to read your books. Back over to you, Net Control, K4ARX.
Yeah, thank you, William. Yeah, we a lot of knowledgeable people in the area, so that's certainly a plus. And then YouTube is a fantastic resource for not just radio stuff, but pretty much
I know, and YouTube. And if I can't figure it out between those two resources, I'm just going to give up. But anyways, yeah, I'd say that's probably my go-to. I either get on the air with somebody, make a phone call, or find it on YouTube. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I'll turn it back to Net Control 7-3 from KO4JAD.
Thank you, Randy. Yeah, the local hams all are a wealth of knowledge, and if they can't figure it out, YouTube can't figure it out, like you were saying. Just it's almost better to give up. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Mark KQ4MEF. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Hey, good evening, TJ. Everyone on the net. Hope everybody had a good or still having a good Thanksgiving. Signal report, obviously loud and clear out in Glen Allen, Oakland Allen, I guess. Resources, neck deep into DMR, playing with that right now. So DMR VA, also Brandmeister, and repeater book. Definitely go after that a lot. And then obviously YouTube, as everyone has noted, and certainly gather information from just listening to the radio, the local hams talking and back and forth about antennas and a different type of equipment, that type of stuff. I will echo William, a lot of the elder hams, Bob or W4RTH. William also, a lot of people have a lot of knowledge around this, and since I've only been in it about 2 years, certainly still learning. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it back over to you, TJ. This is KQ4MEF, back to Net Control.
Oh, isn't that nice? Glad I can teach somebody something.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, lots of good resources, and I think everybody can agree you learn something new every day, even if you I guess have learned a whole lot already. So it's always great to learn something new and figure out something new. Since we're at the bottom of the list, I will go ahead and query for some more check-ins. So anybody that is looking to check into the Metro Richmond Area's net, please call out.
Been hanging out with the dispatchers too much. Query.
This is
November 4, Hotel Delta Fox. Doug and Verona.
Wow. Don't hear Doug very often on the net.
all right. Picked up one more, Doug, N4HDF. What are your favorite online radio resources, Doug?
Good evening, everybody on the net. I'm sure everybody had a great holiday, and I'm glad that they did. My go-to stuff is the University of YouTube, like everybody else. And also the RF resources around Richmond. Not necessarily the older folks. I learn a lot from the younger folks too. They see things through different eyes than what I do, and out of different perspectives. Sometimes that kind of stitches it all together for me. So yeah, I have had a great weekend with some RF projects. Got 2 big projects done.
Good.
And there'll be some new stuff coming down the pike here shortly, hopefully by the end of the year. So hopefully get everything stitched back together. So, TJ coming into the repeater, full quieted. And of course I'm hearing the repeater full quieted as well. So everything's sounding really good. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Net Control 7371 on the net. Door before Hotel Delta Fox.
Yeah, of course you're full quieting because you got the big old tower outside your ham shack. But yeah, I think good rule of thumb for learning new stuff is just to ask everybody. The people who know a lot and the people who may not and are also still in the learning phases who are kind of working through the same thing you are may have picked up something that you're looking to learn. So with that, let's go ahead and move on. Everybody that's checked in is aware, but just for consistency's sake, other areas or emergency communications net held during the week in the region. On Mondays at 1900, Powhatan Aries holds a net on the 147315 repeater, which has a positive offset and a PL of 744. Also on Mondays, the Goochland County Emergency Communications net is held on the 14727 repeater, which has a positive offset and a PL of 2035. And then on Tuesday nights, the Dinwiddie County Aries net meets at 1900 on the 14739 repeater, which has a positive offset and a PL of 744. Also on Tuesdays, the Chesterfield Aries net meets at 2100. It's called by David KN4LQN on the 14736 repeater with a positive offset and no PL. You can also check into the Chesterfield County Aries WinLink net. To find more information, you can visit their website, chesterfieldaries.us. And then on Wednesdays at 2000, the Tri-Cities Emergency Communications net is held on the 14739 repeater, which has a positive offset and a PL of 744. Since we are at the bottom of the script, I will go ahead and call for final check-ins to the Metro Richmond Aries net. This is N1 ENC net control. Any remaining stations wishing to check in to the net, please identify now. All right. As expected, everybody's enjoying their holiday dinner, visiting with family. So I will go ahead and proceed to terminate the net. It looks like we had a total of 6 check-ins, 7 including myself. I'm sorry, 8 including myself. I'd like to thank the stations that participated and the stations that stood by for this net. I'd also like to thank the Metropolitan Repeater Association for the use of this repeater. The Metro Richmond Aries net is now closed, and this repeater is returned to regular amateur radio operation. This is N1 ENC, and the net is clear at 1919. Happy Thanksgiving.
N1 ENC, KO4KD. Thanks for picking it up tonight, TJ. Greatly appreciate it. You always do a good job.
Yeah, thanks, Randy, of course. Happy to do it. And I will send you the sheet of check-ins here in just a few minutes.
All right, roger that. Yep, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we will talk to you soon. 7-3 from KO4KD.
Thanks, Randy. Same to you. 7-3.
Monitoring the repeater, K4ARX. Why did I do that backwards? Because you always say your call sign last. In my opinion, I guess. Everybody's suffering from their turkey comatose and dipping a little too much into the cranberry sauce. Ain't nobody sticking around. Oh well. William, K4ARX, American Radio X-Ray. Like, comment, and subscribe. Happy Thanksgiving.